important thing. You are partaking in a profound symbol for how God loves his people. That is, when all of these people see you and they see how you love each other, you are showing them how God loves them. If then you can learn to practice to love each other like Jesus loved his church, that is, always being willing to lay down your life for your partner, always living self-sacrificially, always choosing to love each other, you paint in the most vivid colors imaginable a picture of what God's love for his people is like. Better than any sermon that I'll ever be able to preach, better than any book ever written, better than any song ever written. When you guys love each other deeply and profoundly, everybody that sees you sees the love of God poured out in the world. Michael, every meal you cook for Abby is an opportunity to show her what it's like to be loved and to bring forth more of God's new creation into the world. Abigail, every piece of clothing you ever sew is an opportunity for you to be creative and loving and to show the world what the love of God looks like. New creation can burst forth from your household and everything can be changed. And so I thought, I don't want to just preach through this. I wanted to come up with a story to illustrate this. And a couple weeks ago, Michael and I were at a Reds game. And Michael was feeling pretty brave at the Reds game. And he kept poking me the entire time, like right in the ribs where it really hurts. And the kind of thing a little brother is supposed to do when he's 3 or 4. And anyway, I had had enough. And so I grabbed him by his beard and I pulled him down to the seat to let him know that that behavior needed to stop. Right? I acted like an older brother is supposed to stop acting when he's 6 or 7. And I texted Abby that night from the Reds game. I texted Abby and told her that unless she wanted him to come home shaved, she had better text him and tell him to stop. And I get this very emphatic text message back from Abby that just says, no. So here's the funny part of the story. She actually likes you with that beard on your face. Right? She loves you just the way you are, even with all of this. That's a powerful reminder of what the love of God is like. Right? Both for you as you experience it. Michael, everybody's going to see, man, Abby loves you for who you are, and that's what God is like. And so when you receive that, and Abby, when you do that, everybody sees what the love of God is like. Your marriage becomes a profound act of worship. And so that's the gig for both of you for the rest of your lives. You are called, we're going to go from here, we're going to eat, we're going to drink, and we're going to celebrate for I had no idea this was going to go on this long, for hours tonight. And tomorrow you're going to go to Seattle and you're going to celebrate being married. And wherever you are for the rest of your lives, you are going to love each other like Christ loves his church. To remind the world that there is still this, and it is awesome. And as awesome as it is, as much as we're going to celebrate today and tonight, and even something more awesome and more amazing is wrapped up in this, because as much as you guys love each other, it's still just a shadow for how much God loves you and loves all of us. In that spirit, we want to marry you guys. We want to move forward to join you together as husband and wife, realizing that your love for each other is deep and powerful, and it has its source in the deep and the powerful, and it is a reflection of the deep and the powerful. You will now, together in front of God and all these family and friends, you're going to seal that love with vows that you have written for each other. These are not my words. They're not some tradition's words. These are words you have chosen for each other. And then we're going to exchange your wedding rings. Michael, repeat after me. Abigail, I love you.
Abigail, I love you.
I want to be your husband
I want to be your husband
so that we might serve Christ together
so we might serve Christ together
through all of the uncertainties and trials of life.
through all the uncertainties and trials of life.
I promise to be faithful to you and love you
I promise to be faithful to you and love you
so that together we may grow in the likeness of Christ,
so together we may grow in the likeness of Christ,
and that our home may be a praise to him
and our home may be a praise to him
by the power that Christ brought from heaven.
by the power that Christ brought from heaven.
May you love me.
May you love me.
And as the sun follows its course,
As the sun follows its course,
may you follow me.
may you follow me.
As the light to the eye,
As a light to the eye,
as bread to the hungry,
bread to the hungry,
as joy to the heart,
as joy to the heart.
may Christ's presence be with you. May Christ's presence be with me as I love you.
May Christ's presence be with me as I love you.
Abigail, repeat after me. Michael, I love you.
Michael, I love you.
I want to be your wife
I want to be your
so that we might serve Christ together
so that we might serve Christ together
through all of the uncertainties and trials of life.
through all the uncertainties and trials of life.
I promise to be faithful to you and love you,
I promise to be faithful to you and love you,
so that our home may be a praise to him
so that our home may be a praise to him.
by the power that Christ has brought from heaven.
And by the power that Christ has brought from heaven,
May you love me.
may you love me.
As the sun follows its course,
As the sun follows its course,
may you follow me.
may you follow me.
As light to the eye,
As light to the eye,
as bread to the hungry,
breath to the hungry,
as joy to the heart,
as joy to the heart.
may Christ's presence be with me as I love you.
May Christ's presence be with me as I love you.
As a symbol of God's final blessing and joining of you together, we will now do the exchange of rings. If you look at these rings, notice that they're circles, right? Not triangles. Is that what we're They have no beginning and they have no end, right? They do not stop, they do not start. In the same way, God's love for you has been eternal. It knows no beginning, it knows no end. In the same way that you tap into that. Every day when you take this ring, when you set it on your dresser, when you put it on in the morning, whatever you look at it, be reminded that your husband and wife love you that way, and that most importantly, God loves you. Michael, take this ring, place it on Abigail's left hand, saying, "With this ring I thee wed."
With this ring I thee wed.
Abigail, take this ring, place it on Michael's left hand, saying, "With this ring I thee wed."
With this ring I thee wed.
This is done as a symbol for that which is everlasting. Michael and Abigail, you have just sealed your relationship by the exchange of vows and with the giving and receiving of rings. These acts demonstrate your commitment to one another throughout the rest of your lives. Friends and family, the same charge is laid on you to love and support them. Those of you who have been married know that it gets hard. There are times when they will need people to lift them up and carry them. They will need you to pray for them, to be there for them. And that's part of the deal that you strike when you come and get free food and free drinks. Michael and Abigail, it is an unbelievable pleasure and an unbelievable honor by the power vested in me by the state of Ohio, and with the blessing and good wishes of all of these people and from God himself to declare you husband and wife. Michael, you may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce you for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Michael Wilcoxon.